I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon. I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
It's truly frightening.
This isn't a
Because you're a home.
Oh man, I got this. Big love for me too, man. Yeah.
We are live! We are live! We are live! And welcome to Three Corners of Horror here on Horror Fiend TV. A little glitching going on with JR over there. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. We are nearing the end of November. Got a couple movies left for the year. But first, let's go around to everybody and say hello. My brother JR, how are you doing tonight?
This is gonna be a good one. A lot to talk about. I'm sitting there like, when we plan to do this, I'm like, man, this is gonna be interesting episode. A lot of dairy talk, a lot of Frankenstein, and hey, let's find out if the creature worked or if the creature was just, I don't know, should have been left deep in the ice, like Steve Rogers.
Oh damn! Well, I mean, he came out strong like Steve Rogers. And my beer brother Ricky, how you doing tonight, bro?
That dog, Joe just stole my fucking line too, bro. I legit, that shit popped into my head like, you know, well, eventually Steve Rogers got out stronger than ever. So.
Great minds think alike.
There you go. What up, son?
How you doing?
Good. No, I'm good. He stole my thunder, man.
I'm sorry, and it just popped into my head, so it's not like I planned that one.
No,
I didn't know,
I
Jared. Hey, that's what happens when minds think alike.
Yeah,
But yes, so if you are joining us, it's another kind of double header. First up, we're going to be discussing Frankenstein, and that will be followed by our reactions to episode 3 of Welcome to Derry. I guess the kind of surprise episode we didn't know we were going to be getting, so I'm happy about that. But before we go into this, let's say a quick hello to everyone, Rick.
Yes, sir. Oh, what up? Hey, Tommy, my man. What's going on? Hi, this is Tommy. Click. How are you? Can you please do Freddy's Nightmare? Yeah, we got you, brother. We heard you loud and clear. I know you commented on our previous video. I left you a message there. But yeah, it's on the agenda. We will see what we can do. JR would make sure of that. And Horror Fiend TV. Hey, Tom. Okay. That was from one of us. We are live. Hey, Selena, what's going on? Selena V, what's good? The fourth corner. Hey, my devilishly handsomes, how are you? Lexi, I hope you are doing well. Hello, fellas. Hello. Tommy, will you give me a shout out on your next video? We'll think about it. Nah, we got you, brother. Thank you for joining us, Tommy. We appreciate it, bro. All right, Adam. Hey, Adam, what's going on, bro? What's up? Mrs. Wilson, hello everyone. Yes, Mrs. Wilson and
hello.
Albert. Once again, thank you guys. I got the package. I got my package. I will be showing it soon on the channel and in my page. I loved it. Thank you again. And Selena says hello to Adam. Adam is like the most popular commenter we got. Everyone knows he's like, he's part of the fifth corner somehow. He looks in the shadows.
He's another villain. He's another villain.
Pretty much. All you see is his hand every once in a while trying to hand me that
man,
beer.
Because if Adam and Joe, if any of them two are the villain, it's fucking Joe, bro.
Nah, actually, it is a little bit more him. I spend more time defending movies than anything. Like he's like, oh, that was horrible. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'll be honest though, that I always said it. When I first met JR, I was afraid of him. But Adam's another one, man. He's pretty intimidating when I first met him. I don't know, but
and he's a small package too, so that's the funny part.
You know, I have Tommy says, you know, I have fun as much as I do. It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters.
Nice.
Farmer Vincent, what is that from? That's not Motel. What is that from? Farmer Vincent. What? That's from somewhere. Tommy, where's that from? Is that from something? Farmer Vincent fritters. God, that screams at me. But anyway,
my brain just went to critters.
Thanks for joining us on this live stream. What's today? What? November 12th, 19th. God damn.
November 13th.
Today's the 13th. Yeah, you're right. You know what it is? The 12th was New Comic Book Day, and I had that date. And it's like it was engraved in my mind all fucking week because I was looking forward to every Wednesday.
All right, so thank you for joining us. And
2025, not 19, like I was saying.
What? So we're gonna first discuss Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, based on the Mary Shelley, obviously, novel. And with this one, you're just getting another iteration of a classic masterpiece in literature. And in this one, it stars, and I'm gonna name everyone because there's a whole lot of people that
Nah,
had
just get
gave.
to the
Oh,
like
just
four. Come on,
you got
man.
Oscar Isaacs as Victor Frankenstein.
Isaac. See, he already fucked up. See, Isaac.
Jacob Elordi as the creature, Mia Goth as both Lady Elizabeth and Baroness Claire, and Christoph Waltz as Heinrich Harlander. And of course, let's not forget Charles Dance as Baron Leopold. And with that, I'm going to the villain first. He's our writer here, so might as well get to the guy who knows about literature.
Well, it's funny because like when after I watched it, I went and checked out, what people were saying about this. And
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. You've been locking up freezing since we started. I
huh?
don't know if you're
Really?
aware or not.
Am I still
Yeah.
freezing?
No, now you're good, but you've been. I don't know. You see it, Joe? You see him freezing? Not
I
right
didn't.
now. He's good now.
Oh.
But I'm sorry. I just make you aware. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, hold up. Oh man,
I need the villain to look good, man. Come on, son. Look at the villain, bro.
I know. I lost my train of thought right now.
So you're frozen again. You see him, Joe? It's not just me. I forget it, Joe. Joe's not helping.
My camera's in the way of
You
the
can't see
monitor.
I
I can't.
Chat, do you see him freezing, chat? I don't want to. If it's me, I want to fix it. That's why I'm asking. Anyway, go ahead. I apologize. This is real.
I'm trying, man. Yeah. So I went on social media and I tried to see what was some of the commenting for this movie, and a lot of people expected to go to the gore aspect of what they wanted in the Frankenstein film. I even had a coworker of mine goes, "Oh, it's not the flat top, Frankenstein I expected." I'm like, it's like, dude, that's not how it is in the book. And how many people do you know in real life have a total flat top? I mean, that's non-existent. So, for me, I was a little nervous with that. I like the fact that they kept it simple. I like the beginning of the film. I mean, I was curious how they're going to start. I like the fact that they kept to the book. They kept to the scene with the people trapped in the ship, trapped in the ice, and basically the captain, and trying to get his people out. And then we get introduced to Victor Frankenstein first, who what I like about this film is if you read the book, you know that he is really an asshole. Victor Frankenstein was an asshole. His ego was like his driving force, and it showed in this film as the film progressed, which I appreciate they did that. If I have one major knock on this film is if you're gonna have certain scenes with CGI, make sure the CGI looks good. Because the CGI with the wolves was not good at all. And it reminded me of very cartoony. I thought I was watching what's the line The Witch in the Wardrobe type of CGI for that. And I didn't think it was needed. Yeah, I didn't think it was needed for that, But for me, I do like the fact that they broke it down to 3 chapters. You had the prequel, you had, Victor's story, then you had the creature story. And one of the best interpretations of Frankenstein that, Joe and I appreciate the most is the one that we saw in Penny Dreadful, because we like the fact that they showed an educated Frankenstein. I mean, educated creature. I'm sorry. So yeah, there was a lot of things in this film that I enjoyed. I mean, we got to see Galactus for a little bit. The fact that he was in this film. So I was like, hey, look at Moon Knight and Galactus. And then you had, freaking 2 members of Game of Thrones on here. So and the 2 villains of Game of Thrones on here too. So I feel like
What was Galactus? Ralph Anderson was in Game of Thrones too. Is that who you're alluding to, or?
Yeah.
No, it was.
So who's the other? I know Walder Frey. Who's the other?
Well, you had Walter Frey, and you had the guy who played Victor Frankenstein's father, which was
he's a
one of the
Lannister.
Lannisters.
God dang it, Tywin. Yes.
So I liked it. I thought it was very well done. I mean, Guillermo Del Toro as always does a great job in storytelling. And one of the scenes that Priscilla goes, "Yep, there's Guillermo Del Toro was the guardian angel." And then you saw the Guardian Angel, you're like, yeah, that's Guillermo Del Toro. He has the things with angels, and if you've seen like Hellboy 2, a beautiful thing with death there. But yeah, I thought it was yeah, I'm looking forward to get a little bit more deep into it. But yeah, overall, it was a lot better than I expected it to be. I kind of went in with not high expectations because you're always walking a fine line when it comes to a Frankenstein film or Dracula film, because as it's been done so many times, you're curious. All right, what are you going to do differently? And it was very well done.
All right, Ricky, you want to hit the comments
Yep.
up before?
Yeah. All right. Tommy says motel. I was right.
Yeah, I
It
haven't
was motel hell.
seen that in
Yeah.
forever.
I know. Me. Same here, bro. All I remember is my man from Cheers was in that shit. I forgot his name. All right. Who me? Intimidating. Who me? I don't know. Maybe. I can't wait to watch it with Juan. Oh, he hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
see.
right. That's right.
No,
Yes,
we
yes.
were supposed to, but and
All right.
by the way, I just
No
gotta say a
spoilers
quick.
for Adam. You gotta bounce.
Oh, he's
Adam.
gonna listen.
We
He's
don't want
gonna.
to spoil it for you, man. We don't
But I
wanna
just
spoil
want to give him a quick thank you for tuning in because he's actually down visiting his father right now, and they're playing a card game. So he's listening to us. Oh, he's supposed to be hanging out with dad playing a card game. So of course, there's gonna be some gummies and beer. So his comments will probably get a little bit more funny as they go along. So just be prepared.
All right, salute. All right, Adam. Thank you, bro. Appreciate
Yes, thank
it.
you.
And Mrs. Wilson, this is one we will likely own a physical media. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
agree. All right, Ricky. What about you?
Um,
What you think?
Yeah. This is definitely a Del Toro film. Del Toro has this special approach to filmmaking. Joe, I mean, when we covered Pan's Labyrinth, I did a little bit deep dive into Del Toro and his style and his approach to everything, and storyboarding is king when it comes to Del Toro. Like there is no wasted shots in any of his fucking films. Everything you see there, it was already storyboarded. Everything was block shot. Everything is the way you see it on screen is the way he has in his brain, and just the multitude of imagery in this movie was incredible. I know from the very beginning, like the farthest north. When you read that, just the farthest north, that's all it said, and all you see is the ice and that big ship just stuck in the ice itself, and you could hear the wind. You could just feel the cold. You are automatically transported to another world, and that's off. That's the very first shot of the film, the prelude. So you're like, oh man, I'm in for a treat already, because you're not just it didn't start like in Frankenstein's castle or anything like that. It started somewhere almost alien like because of the ice. It's all white, and you see all these seamen just freezing their asses off trying to like get the ice out. So all of that was beautiful. I would say too, the Victor is the way Oscar Isaac portrayed Victor was really good. Guy, such a good actor. Not just because he plays
he's
Moon Knight.
one
He's
of the
one of those
best.
actors that he's like a chameleon. He could play anything, and his many accents he could fucking master. Whether he has a wig, he's bald, he's a beard, he's a superhero, he's a supervillain, it don't matter. He plays this character, and you get invested in what he's doing. So all of that immediately was great. Like go back to Del Toro, like the ship and the ice, even like the I call it Frankenstein's castle in this, obviously, because that's the castle where he creates the creature. Even when you first see that, just the scope and the scale, it's beautifully shot. And Victor himself is interesting because this guy is around blood splatter and gore so much that it's nothing to him. The juxtaposition between the beautiful castle, right, and the scenery, juxtapose that to Victor himself, all bloodied up, carrying bags of fucking body parts and the blood trails behind him, like, and again, it's not playing like ominous music or nothing. This movie almost has like a whimsical feel to it. It's goofy at times by design. Like it's meant to really invoke a special kind of emotion out of you, and I think this film does it. And this movie has a lot of heart in it too. It's not just like a horror film. This movie has a lot of heart in it, and all the characters, you really get invested in them, and you are attached to the creature as well from the very beginning. Imagine something like I was watching. I think it was Creature Commandos actually, Joe. I mean, you covered Creature Commandos. The thought of a being, because I never thought about it until that. Just you brought it up. You you wake up, right, and you're not a baby. The world's already there, and everything is alien to you. Language, like sights, smells, feelings, like even like he mentioned, like sunlight, the air, all of it, all at once hitting you. And the way Victor treated him, and I noticed that he kept calling it it. So when Elizabeth looked at him, went like, "It really? Like, what are you doing here?" I think all of that made this creature so sympathetic, and I love the character progression of the creature as well. That's something that you first you see him as like this. He looks like a fucking super. I was like, is this a superhero movie? The way he was fucking these people up. I mean, he was ripping off limbs, jaws, tossing people left and right. This guy moved the fucking ship. I'm like, how strong is this character? And then it kind of goes back and it goes to the beginning, and you see the makings of this character made from body parts of hanged men. When that wasn't sufficed enough, they went uh, they went to the aftermath of a battle. They went to this bloody battlefield and took the best parts they could find.
Tallest men.
Yes, very smart too, because they wanted oh bro.
Limbs, everything to be long, because he needed to be able to have enough room to work with.
Yes, that was brilliant. And when he's looking for like the faces and oh, this guy's all fucked up. Nope, nope, nope. All that stuff is funny. And I will say too, before I finish, when we first see the reveal of the creature, I didn't notice because I don't watch trailers. I don't nothing. When they first showed the creature, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that creature's handsome. What the fuck? Again, I know I wasn't expecting the flat top character at all, but when you saw the creature, like, damn, like Victor Frankenstein got some game. He got some not game. He got some skills, because he mentioned it something like the way he sewed up the body parts, like it was enough for when it heals. It's. He said that during the presentation when he was talking to the professor and all those people,
Yeah.
but all of that was great. So yeah, man, and this movie it's a long movie, but what I love about it comes full circle, right? It's a long film, but I was never bored. I never lost interest. It kept me wanting to see what happens next. And like JR mentioned, breaking it up into the 3 chapters was it's a brilliant choice. And this movie, it doesn't feel like you wasted 2 hours and a half of your life. It don't feel like that. And you keep thinking about it past the end credits. I was thinking about this 2 days later still. So I'm like, man, this was a good movie. And for that, to me, the movie is a success, obviously.
All right. Let's go ahead and hit up the comments before.
Yep. Here we go. P-Ryu, I still need to watch this, but still down to hang out. Bro,
Thank you for joining us.
It's a long movie, bro.
I did a 2-parter on it. I'm not gonna lie.
I suggest you watch it during the day, and don't watch it nice. Don't.
Don't watch it nice.
It's long, but it's worth it, man. I know P-Rock's a big Oscar Isaac fan since Ex Machina. That's why I first got introduced to Oscar Isaac.
When you were talking, I didn't want to interrupt and say, dude, Ex Machina is one. The guy is so likable. He does some roles, and then when you see him in Ex Machina, you're like, I can't believe this guy who does some likable roles is such a dick. And then you forget you're watching Oscar Isaac, and you're just watching the character that he's playing.
Now that I don't, it was either that or The Force Awakens, one of those two that first time I saw him. Adam says it's not easy splitting my attention right now, but you guys are worth it.
He's playing a hard card game. I'm surprised.
I heard it. All right. I love that Del Toro didn't use any CGI. Oh no, there was a lot of CGI. You talking about Ex Machina? No, wait. What are you talking?
Maybe the monster.
No, there's a lot of CGI in this movie. The monster makeup was practical, but they used some CGIs. Interesting enough, the actor it's a guy from Euphoria. What's his name, Joe? You got it.
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob, yeah. He actually trained for the mannerisms, the movements. He didn't want to walk like a normal human being. And what was great about his performance is he starts off like always hunched over and like just weird awkward moments. But by the end of the film, he's walking upright like a man. And Victor Frankenstein is by the end of the film, he's the one that's more hunched over like the monster. So
well, and it's funny because Jacob, when he goes for roles in the past, would lie about his height because he's so tall.
Yeah,
so he would make himself shorter because he was afraid he would not get roles because of how tall he is.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how tall he was when I seen him in other things.
I think he's like 6'7" or something.
I saw him in the picture for doing press for this, and he towers over everybody.
Yeah.
All right. JR says he used bad CGIs for the wolves. Honestly, JR, I'm not disagreeing. those scenes I watched like this. I wasn't paying attention. I hate one thing I will say the sheer amount of animals that were killed in this. So yeah. So
that kept crossing my mind a
if
lot as I
GR,
watched the
GR
movie.
says that, I believe it. But yeah, a lot of those scenes, I'm not into that stuff. I don't knock points off of that because that's a personal preference. I love the long movies, man. Yeah, but it's bro.
It's long.
It's
Like I said, I
long.
did a 2-parter.
It's just that's again personal preference, man. I can't a long movie. This movie worked though because it was broken up into the 2 chapters, and it did go by pretty quick. Yeah, no, because if you look at Pan's Labyrinth, a lot of that stuff wasn't practical. So
Yeah, no.
all right, Selena says, Ricky Vance, so much improvement on your background. Oh, geez, thanks.
I love it.
Thank you, Selena. P Rock says, dude, he dance scene. Oh, and Ex Machina was and still is class of the dance scene. Great film. That deserves a rewatch actually. Diana Gabriel, hello everyone. Hey
Hello,
Diana, what's
Diana.
up?
Hey.
That's a cute one, right?
But the other one ain't cute. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think she is, but that's the cute.
Okay. Joe loves Diane. P Rock says, Selena, I agree. He's not in the closet anymore. Yeah. All right. Adam says your Rick background looks awesome. I just threw up a couple toys up there, man.
Well,
Wait, figures. They're not toys. I take it back.
I will say that I also, listen, I love Guillermo. I mean, for me, most of his movies have done no wrong. So I was a little like, okay, is this going to be a little bit too much for him to handle? Dude, I fucking loved it. As JR said, he went the route of, I don't know, like I'd never read the book, so I can't sit there and say he followed the book. So I'm gonna try to avoid saying that.
I'm glad
because
JR
I did
had brought that up. The fact that he kept it, close to the book, and I didn't know
He did.
The ship scene. I didn't know that was lifted either. So that's pretty.
But
cool.
that he went with the route of Penny Dreadful and giving you the evolution of the creature. Mia Goth, I love Mia Goth. She's awesome. Oscar showed you kind of what you should have known when you understand the Frankenstein story as a whole, is that the creature is really not the villain or the monster here. The true monster is Victor. And when his brother, the last word that his brother says to him before he dies is, "You're the monster." And as I'm watching the movie, I'm going, dude, Guillermo, you just finished showing everybody. Because again, when people in the past think of Frankenstein, they think that old school, the top hat. Again, that was done for that. They're doing. He's doing surgery. He's going to use an actual human skull. That was for just feature back in the day. Frankenstein's creature would be more human looking, not a flat top. I was really nervous about Jacob doing this role, and I gotta say, I think he nailed it. Yes, it was pretty. There's one scene, actually, there's 2 things I thought about, and I had seen a meme, and I didn't know what it was, and then I will say that when they showed him with a little bit of the color, I thought of that Gautier song, Someone That I Used to Know, where he had all different colors on his face. And though I then switched it to maybe it's just kind of an homage, but when he survives the explosion and he stands up, he made me think of the guy in jail. Was it Prometheus? The alien?
Yeah.
That's who
I
for a second I was like, oh shit, did I put the wrong? Did I accidentally switched movies and I put on Prometheus? And
the Engineers, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Engineer. So I did just think of those, but other than that, Rick, you touched upon that no shot goes, there's a reason for everything. There's a scene where they're crossing the street and it's all muddy, and there's 3 women who are crossing the street, and there are men who are putting planks on the street so the women don't step on mud. I'm like, dude, this guy covered nuances. This is like as you said, this is one that when you rewatch again, is only to pick up, all these other little things that you missed along the way because there was so much, you know. When Leopold came home and the scene with Mia and Victor standing in the front of the house, you know, and the colors are all dark and drab, but you know, here's Mia with her red veil that's floating in the air. You already knew, you know, just especially with the red that shot that,
The
you know,
costume
something
design
bad
is
is coming.
immaculate. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, it's just I would not be surprised if come Oscar time, at least for costume design and things like that, cinematography, that this movie's gonna nab some, at least for costume design. I mean, I felt like I was watching an old school horror movie based on a, you know, a book, because back in the day they first started off with these books. But like Guillermo took me back to like watching a 1950s movie in 2025. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but that's what I felt when I was watching it,
Well,
because
that's the whole goal. When it's a period piece, yeah, the goal is you can't
it
be
did.
like,
It's gothic
okay,
horror,
yeah, yeah.
and he delivered on the gothic horror. I honestly, I can't wait to rewatch it again. It
Joe, thank you
was
for saying that because you know how I am with long films. This film, I am dying to watch this movie again. I'm not gonna
oh,
lie.
for sure. I mean, well, here, well, I like I said, I broke it up into two parts. Original plan was to watch this today with Adam, but since things changed, I had to change things around. I went to watch it yesterday. And then, you know, I got to the end of Victor's story and the creature story started, and I hit pause and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get ready for work. There's 58 minutes left, and I've got 45 minutes, you know, before I even like gotta try to get ready for work. So I stopped it there and I said in my head, you know what? This is kind of cool though, because I'm getting a moment to process the prelude, you know, Victor's story, and then today I've just put on the creature story and had time to sit there and think about his. I love the fact that he did give the creature humanity. As the movie went on, like Rick, you pointed out, you know, he went from walking, you know, hunched to standing up straight, like making him smart, making him learn. I love the part with I can't remember the name of the blind guy that he
That was
basically
amazing. Yeah, yes.
dude,
That was his name, Blind Man.
is it
That's what he
really
says
the
on the casting. That's Blind Man.
nuh-uh.
Yeah, Blind Man. David Bradley.
And I was gonna say, isn't he like a famous actor? Like something
He's
like
the a-hole in freaking Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding.
He calls the Red Wedding.
that's
Walter Frey, bro.
oh my god. Damn it. I hate Walter Frey now. And I love him in this role though. But it's he again, I'm probably gonna say it a couple times. Just Guillermo did what people should have kind of
Final
known
guy.
as far stop as
No,
far
it's the
as
way he says it, Dave. That's what makes me laugh.
I'm warning it, as far as that he showed you
Yeah, you're right.
in this story that the creature is not the monster. The creature is not the villain. You know, it's Victor. The creature's the victim of Victor's ideas, machinations, you know, all his plans. And he's now left this guy who can't even die with dynamite. I mean, when he held
Yeah,
on to that dynamite and they showed to the eyes,
yeah, you
it
gotta
was like
suspend your disbelief a lot in this film, though.
you
can't
do.
even kill this guy.
But like when the camera panned to the creature's eyes, he was hoping this was going to be it. He didn't want to keep living this life.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted a companion, you know, and he wasn't
But
going to get
this
it.
is what I don't understand. Okay, was his body so strong, which I doubt, because he's just made out of body parts, right? Did he not blow up, or did he blow up and just got his body magically got put back together? Because that's not the essence. The essence is the life force. I don't know what they called it, but that spark. I'm gonna call it that. It stays in him. It doesn't fade out.
No, and it regenerates him.
It's in the middle of the back of the nervous system or whatever.
Mhm.
And it instead of that energy kind of like dying out, it stays in that chamber and it stays there, I guess, forever now. I mean,
Yeah,
it
and it just
maintains life. So
and
if
it
he blows up,
regenerates
how does
him.
that's the only part that I was like, oh, okay.
I know, but the thing is, it for me, the scene was just more meant to be. No matter what he's going to try to
Wolverine.
do,
He's
he's
Wolverine.
never
Deadpool,
going.
man. He was
He's never.
Deadpool. He
Right, or
couldn't.
Deadpool, either one. Healing factor.
Yeah, but those he wants to. He doesn't want this life. There's difference.
No,
Like
who
he
would
actually.
want to? Especially by that point, he already discovered what he really is, and I loved when William told Victor, out of all the body parts you used, which one carries the soul. And I was like, damn, that was, if you, when you really think about that. And then when the creature is, I forgot, I think he was speaking to the blind man.
And he's talking about all his dreams.
He's all his dreams, and he's all these different people. Oh, bro, I
horrible.
felt that. Because that must be a fate worse than death, bro.
You know who made me think of? DC's Ragman.
Ragman's awesome.
Ragman is all parts of, and
yeah.
he has all these memories. But yeah, I honestly, I can't wait to rewatch this. This is going to be another one. Will it be the best of 2025? I don't know, because my surprisingly best of 2025 is going to be more shocker. But this is a good way to end horror. And again, everybody wanted gore. It's not in the book. You
got gore though, bro.
You did. I mean, you got the
honest,
surgeries and all stuff,
for
but
gore for Frankenstein. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting.
There's no,
gore
yeah,
film.
no.
I think I was surprised at how much gore was in this movie.
Well, and they probably just want it because, okay, so you're going to take this old book, well, make it more modern, make it more like, no.
How
there's a
badass
reason
was it when the fucking castle blew up and Dr. Frankenstein, Baron, he flew, hits the ground. You see his fucking legs off. Then that's how he lost his leg. Oh man! Then when he sees the leg, he's like, ah.
No, I mean, and actually, I thought like the goriest part was, but yes, granted, because of the CGI, it was when he fought the wolves. To be honest, that was probably especially once he skinned that one. Ooh, I was like, I'm sitting there going, Rick's dying.
Before that, they had the sheep scene.
Oh,
and then when they started shooting the wolves, I don't like seeing animals just die. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I do. I knew that on that part it was going to have rough. All right. Well, before we go to JR score and his thoughts on it, let's go hit up the comments.
All right. Yep. I knew. I was like, yeah, these guys are probably definitely thinking about me right now. Dude, P Rock says, dude, Del Toro was supposed to do Dark Justice League. Damn, I wanted that. I love him.
You never know.
Joe, what was that called again? The Dark it wasn't Dark Justice League. It
Justice
was,
League Dark.
Justice League Dark.
He just has a dark.
Oh, bro, yeah, what a lineup that was.
I love Justice League Dark.
Mrs. Wilson says, second watch was better for sure. See, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I agree.
Going in and with hindsight, and yeah, I can't wait. I want to show my dad this movie. And why do these people in horror movies think it's over? They always come back, Adam says. P-Rock chimes in. Another Ricky fart break. Bro, I fart on camera, bro. These guys know. Remember that time? I let one I don't give a fuck about that.
Try to blame me for it.
Yes. It is rated R. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, so JR, your score and any last thoughts on Frankenstein?
Well, overall, you got to remember too. It's like the thing with the creature is the dialogue. The dialogue of the creature was enough. It wasn't overdone. All his lines were meant to carry weight. So that's what made his storytelling a lot better. He didn't drag the story. He got to his points. And I'm still gonna go back to the creature in in Penny Dreadful, because it was you saw the evolution of the creature. You saw that how it was forced to survive in order for it to adapt to the world that it didn't know. It had to educate itself. It had to read books, because no matter what, it was always going to be seen like it wasn't a human, like it was a monster. So it's always going to be treated that way. And then, like in the book, he befriended different people. He educated himself. He read a lot. And all this just to get to his creator.
I like that. Because
all he wanted was the fact that he knew that if I'm going to be alone in this world, please give me somebody. Give me that much. And the thing too is this is God playing God. When God creates and then God disowns, that's the story of this, this film. And, this basically the lore of Frankenstein, because he created this creature. He wanted to play God. He wanted to cheat death. But when he seen what he created, it wasn't the beauty that he created. It wasn't what he expected. He expected it to be talking. I mean, that scene where he has it chained up and he's like beating it with that metal bar.
The
I
way
mean,
that his father did, though. You
yeah,
have to remember
yeah.
that. That's why
Oh,
you
no, no,
showed how
yeah.
he was. Okay.
Yeah, so you had him doing this. You felt for the creature, and the fact that the creature was putting the leaf in the water and figure out how to escape. And it's funny because when me and started watching this, the minute Elizabeth goes out and visits, I'm like, yeah, all right, she wants some of the creature. She wants to hit that because once again, Guillermo Del Toro, the shape of
that
water,
first
you're like,
sight,
here
too,
we
bro.
go, here
You
we go.
smelled that motherfucker. Like, ooh,
Yeah, she was so attracted to him.
I'm a
You know,
little
what I mean,
moist right now.
yeah, she was like, oh, I didn't feel like I belonged in this world until I met you. I'm like,
Because he saw her. Well, that's the whole thing,
well,
though.
I
It
know,
was
I
like
know, I know.
she was her character. Like, this is a different iteration of her character. They made her like a little bit more smart. Actually, they made her a lot more smart. I'm sorry, they just made her a little weird, which would give to why
It's Mia
you
Goth,
saw the
so most of
attraction.
her characters are weird. So.
She was kind of quirky and weird, though.
No, it was. It was, it's
Weird
just
for the time. That
very weird for the time
that
because she would have
Yeah.
been more freaked out than anything about the creature, and it wouldn't have gone that way if it was just if it wasn't me and Goth or somebody else. But
yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like Oscar Isaac's portrayal of Victor was good because you saw somebody at the beginning of the film who was basically forced by his father. This is what you're gonna learn. You're carrying my name and you're carrying my legacy. And think about it, during those times when you were carrying legacy, your family legacy, you were not supposed to go against the family legacy. He was willing to throw away that basically being licensed, basically being recognized in the medical community because he was so held bent shape to show people I could cheat death. I could bring life to the dead. So it was good seeing that the portrayals of two different characters, and for me, yeah, I think the more scenes that were as far as like deeper was his interaction with the blind man. I mean, he called him Fred and he grabbed his hand so he could pet him in the head. I mean, that's like a kid,
Yeah.
so and you felt
And wanting
bad.
acceptance.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because he was hiding for in the mill for like about 2-3 years, I believe.
Yeah, it was-
It was
You
2
know,
years
like-
because the movie was like 1857 it started, and 55 was the flashback when he first created Victor.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so he's sitting
His
there
hair
hiding
grew
the
long
whole time.
quick.
I mean, he befriended me freaking mouses and rats and stuff, and
And he got
Yeah,
long
that-
hair.
See,
So,
that's
yeah,
why
that's
that's why I like the creature, man. He loved animals, but I got scared when he saw that deer, though. I was like,
well,
oh,
no, JR, because here's the thing. I kind of was like, where did he get the long hair? But I didn't put what you just finished saying, that you were actually looking at year span.
Mhm.
I was looking at it like it was a couple of months, before it
Yeah, no.
hit the fan, but it was actually a couple of years. So thank you. It's a
Yeah.
little
That's how we learned
thing
to
I did
talk
not.
so fluid.
Yeah, that's why I didn't
And
pick up
that
on
just
that.
shows
So.
the genius of Victor too. When he gave the guy, he made sure he was healthy, and every inch of his body was so healthy that he was able to grow hair, bro. Think about
Hey, remember,
Yeah.
Victor wouldn't let his hair grow. He was shaving his hair every time it
Yeah.
grew. He didn't. It's almost like he didn't want him to look human. He didn't
I
want him
thought
to
he
feel
was
like he
checking
was
his
human.
scars at the time.
Oh
but
well, he kept
No.
shaving his
that
head.
could be right. Yeah.
Yeah, he kept shaving his head, which is crazy. But for me, yeah, I mean, I think it's a very well done movie. As far as it's going to be fun to watch how it goes because the cinematography was good, but now you're battling the cinematography of Nosferatu, which was also really good. So it's going to be a fun battle between those two films. I mean,
thought
whoever
about
wins it,
Nosferatu. Yeah, I thought about
whoever
that
wins
too,
it
Jared.
deserves it. I mean. But I mean, you're taking basically two different lores, and I mean, we were blessed this year with two films. I mean, even though we had a lot of things about Nosferatu we went after. We never took away from the cinematography that was Nosferatu. And this one had a better cast. This one had a better storytelling.
I think this movie clears Nosferatu. Man.
Oh, it does storytelling wise. Yes.
Yeah,
It's way more.
But look,
it's
I,
not
I
a-
would I
When
would
he
say
was
some
talking
of the
about before-
scenes
what he was
in
talking about before was-
Nosferatu were amazing though, as far
Yeah,
as the lighting
when he-
and stuff, the dark scenes. So there was a lot of good scenes because it's two different parallel as far as worlds go. You have one that's more dark and basically dreadful, and then you have one that every time that you're watching the film, they're trying to show life.
Mhm.
They're trying to show the creature trying to live life, enjoy life. I mean, the fact that the first time he saw snow, he's like a kid outside snow. It was everything about enjoying the beauty of nature, enjoying the beauty of life, and that's what connected, Elizabeth to him, because the fact that he enjoyed the nature and the beauty of the world. So you had these elements, and I mean, I like the way the film ended. I was like nervous. I was like, all right, how are they going to end this film? And I like the way they ended it. I like the fact that he stood basically in isolation because he knows he can't be part of the regular world.
Yeah.
Which is
and it's
unfortunate.
sad, actually sad. It was a very it was a good the ending was both like he felt freed, but he was freed in the sense that he is not going to isolate himself.
Which he has to. For me, my score would be like 4.5. I'm not going to do the 4.75. I'm going to do the 4.5. If I have a knock on it, like I said, I wish he would have kind of stood away from some of the creature CGI because it just took away from the film for me. But if I wanted something more, I wish we had a little bit more of his time with the blind man. I felt like when it happened, it felt like it could have been extended a little bit longer, and they killed off the blind man. But I wish that scene would have been a little bit more, But overall, yeah. I mean, 4.5. I recommend this film. I mean, if you don't like long storytelling, you could say slow burn films. This is not for you.
This is not a slow burn. It's storytelling.
But remember, slow burns are majority storytelling.
No,
they are.
This movie's not slow though. That's
what I'm saying. It's not.
But for people who expect like pure horror, this is not a pure horror film.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't say that it is there's a lot of section in this film where it slows down because they're telling the story about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's the slow burn aspect of it. There's not action from beginning to end. There's not, because you're working on the storytelling of the characters. So that's where it's more of a slow burn. 2.5 hours. If it wasn't a slow burn, they could have did it in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
All
right, Rick, before we get your thoughts on that.
Oh shit! I lost my. Hold on. I got it. I try to let P-Rock says I try to let them loose and blame others during streams.
Oh, the farts.
the parts.
So in other words, he's farting around you.
Listen, I did it one time and they showed up.
But you don't smell it when you're doing the live streams with him, because you just finished saying that he lets him loose.
No, but his fart, his they smell like cookies. All right. Damn, I forgot about Penny Dreadful. I enjoyed that show. What happened to that Eva chick? Eva Green. She was bad as hell in a good way and was a hot person in Hollywood. She disappeared. Has she been in anything? You guys, I don't know anything.
I honestly haven't seen Eva Green in a bit.
She did some Netflix shows. I forgot what's it called. She was in a series. I'll get you the name of the series in a second.
Penny Dreadful was awesome, Adam says, and recently, okay, yeah, JR's gonna look it up for you. P-Rock, yeah, it was. Penny Dreadful was awesome. He's agreeing with Adam, and I've seen a few people comparing them both too. Yep,
Nosferatu and
yeah, that's right. Cause this is Frida Frey, Frida. Good evening, my boys. Where is Lexi? Missing her. Love the background you all have. Love you all. Yeah, go Joe.
Mom, you gotta change your name, because that thing after it, I see sex ones. So you gotta change your freaking read how I see it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, Mom, change that.
Hey, Mama Fritz. I hope you're doing well, Frida. We love you. Hello, my boo, aka Adam, and P-Rock. She has some awesome tatas. Oh,
it's about Ava.
I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? All right. What was I gonna say? Yeah, what I really love too, and that the name Victor. It's an awesome name because like victory, last man standing. Victor from the jump already was born with so much weight on his shoulders, and I think failure is what really kills Victor in this movie, because Victor based his entire life on succeeding and surpassing his father to prove him wrong, and he wanted to make sure he beats death. But when he thought he failed, though, remember, he thought he failed. And he was just like, just shovel to himself on the bed, would have some fucking crazy nightmare, and he wakes up and this motherfucker standing in front of him. So, but even when he realizes that the creature isn't intelligent. So he's like somewhere, and he thought he wasn't. That's only because of how he was treated. But he thought to himself, I fucked up
It
somewhere.
failed.
Like he's supposed
Yeah.
to be perfect in every way, and somehow I made him fucking stupid. So again, the hubris of these characters, right? This is what drives them, and that was ultimately the downfall. And that's
Hubris. Thank you.
yeah,
That's a literally that good word to use to describe what was
yeah.
the downfall was the
And
hubris.
yeah, and Mia Goth again playing two characters. That's not just because she loves doing that. I think it's to show that he loved his mother so much, and when he meets Elizabeth, that's why he attaches himself so much to her
Yes.
because the
Yes.
motherly like connection. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So all that stuff was great. This movie, when I first saw it, because it's I had I had some issues with it. Gr mentioned the CGI. There were other scenes too where it stood up, but I looked at it as well. I don't know, maybe it's a budget thing. It is supposed to be done on Netflix too. I don't know, but the story was so and it was so good that I could overlook those little things. And then with my Elizabeth's character, I wasn't too hot on ultimately, and especially her death. I thought that was real like kind of cheesy. I don't
It was
know.
it was it was
Felt
more it
that
was
felt
done
like
more
a stage
artistic.
like a stage play, yeah.
It was
And
it was it was a more artistic. It was
it's a
I'm
choice. It's a
I'm
choice.
I'm kind of and I don't mean to, I'm kind of glad that it didn't lead into making the Bride of Frankenstein
Yeah,
at
yes,
that
yes.
point. I'm glad that it just went
Yeah, yeah.
there. But go ahead, I'm
So
sorry.
so this movie, okay, I was okay. I got its problems, but again, the next day I thought about this movie, right? And then again, today I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? This movie's I want to see, and this movie's long, like I said, and I really want to see it again. And when I say slow burn, that's not necessarily always a negative thing. But some movies, and like Hereditary, for example, is a slow burn. But that movie, I swear to you, bro, there's scenes it's so boring to me. I can't sit through.
I
This
understand that.
movie, even when it slows down, because it does, but to me, it's always fascinating. It's interesting. I want to. I'm looking at the screen. I need to know what's gonna happen next. I need to know where this leads to because they show us something in the beginning, then it flashes back. But then I want to see how these characters end off, and then the ending. Everything in this movie left me thinking. With Nosferatu, same thing. Nosferatu was a movie where it was long, but to me, there was some parts where I felt myself like not caring. Like, all right, like can we? All right, let's get to the next scene. All right, okay, we get it, we get it. And then Edgar's got this style, and it's not my style. He loves going heavy on the accents because he wants to be so authentic, which is a good trait. But on a personal level, I don't like it. It's too much. It's like he's trying so hard to be. I know the details. I look what I'm doing. Look at me. It's like almost try hard in a way. We don't need so much of that. He did it with The Witch, and I had to put subtitles onto that for that fucking movie. This movie to me, again, I mentioned it was whimsical, it was goofy, and good comparison, Gr, with Nosferatu because that movie's dark and gloomy. And you would think Frankenstein would be the same, but no, it's not. Like I said, this had a very whimsical, childlike approach to it,
Which
and
is the
it
creature's
fucking works. It
development.
works. It works. So, the animal stuff again, that's more of a personal thing. I don't take points because of that. I don't like seeing animals murdered on film, even though they're CGI wolves when they were killed. I don't know, just the way they, when they the way squeal and before they die. But this is a 5 for me. It's a 5. I love this movie. If a movie if a movie stays with me long after I've watched it and I want to watch it again at 2 hours and 30 plus minutes, that's a winner in my book. So I loved it, man. I love this movie.
All right, let's go ahead with the comments before I go ahead
That's it.
and.
There ain't none.
Where's the score?
There's no comments, Joe, so you can't look at your score, man.
Oh,
Joe thought he was gonna get a chance
nah,
to toss the
no,
game.
no, mom replied.
You saw that, JR? You saw it? He's like, all right, comments.
Whatever. All right.
All right.
So, for me, listen. Here's the thing. When you got the old man who had the creature read him all his books, and he sat there and beforehand watched that the old man was teaching the little girl how to read, and she was the one reading the books. That's how I felt when I was watching this movie. I felt like Guillermo took Frankenstein and read me a book. Like I felt, because it wasn't this is a classic literature book, and I just felt like someone just sat there and read me a book and gave me some great pictures on the screen. That is a very, very hard thing to do. And that's a really hard thing to do, especially with classic horror literature. Kenneth Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Actually, I did enjoy that movie. I know that a lot of people weren't a fan of it. Frank
Was it the
Darabont
Robert
was
De Niro one when he was
yeah,
Frankenstein? That one?
yeah. And everything, but everybody has to take their own like freedoms when they want to make a movie. And Guillermo did that with this. He made the Elizabeth character differently. In this, she wasn't afraid. He made the creature somebody that we're rooting for. Like it's that classic argument sometimes where you're in an argument with your parents and you're like, I didn't ask to be born. Like, he didn't ask to be made. Like, you fucking made me. Here I am. And then you treat me like shit, because I think that one of in the hubris, because I'm just going to use the word, in the hubris of Victor, was that when he created this, he would have thought intelligence was also going to come as part of this, and
The
it
most
didn't.
important aspect.
And he didn't realize we are born. Like the creature said, when I was born, like we're born and we learn as we go along the way. And Victor didn't take the time to teach him. He learned it from the blind man, and I was trying to, like, again, I didn't read the book. So I'm like, is the blind man in there? Because I do remember with the old version, as far as, you see the little girl and he accidentally kills the little girl. And when they show you the little girl, I'm like, oh no. When you're seeing the patting of the head, I'm like, is he going to pat her so hard he's going to snap her neck?
I'm glad you didn't go that route.
Right. And I'm, me too. I absolutely fucking loved that you didn't get to see him kill the little girl. I loved that he had someone, because JR, it made me, the one thing that I wasn't a little bit clear on is how he developed his, being able to speak and all that. I didn't pick up on that. 2 years went by, him hiding in there, which makes sense on how dictation, being able to speak, speak your thoughts, comes into play, because 2 years went by. He was taught. And I love that the blind man, the minute that he was in there, just was like, there's a different, and it was sound, because blind people, they pick up on their other senses. And him scurrying around, in between the walls, the blind man heard that. When the family was like, we're going to leave, he's like, no, I'm going to stay. And as soon as he shut the door, he goes, all right, spirit, you can come out. He always knew there was someone there. And, the monster didn't know where he came from, and seeing the evolution of the monster, I fucking love this movie. This is a 5 for me also, to be honest. I was going to go 4.75. JR. Well, no. It's funny. Hold on. It's funny. It's funny because JR threw it at first, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do the 5 part. But then talking to you guys, it's like you guys all saw the same thing.
This wasn't a 5 when I first saw it. It was a 4.5. But days passed, I kept thinking about this movie. I'm like, you know what? I'm still thinking about this. This movie's fucking great. I want to see it again, and that is why it elevated it for me.
Well, and that's why we do our
Flaws
show,
and all.
because
It's not a perfect movie. It's not a
no.
perfect film.
And listen, honestly, like I knew there was CGI when it came to the monster, but I almost honestly never saw CGI in anything with the monster. To be honest with you, like it just wasn't. And even when he was flinging people around, I don't know, for some reason, my eyes and my brain didn't think of CGI. Like it just literally thought that this monster would be strong enough because it's regenerating.
Real quick,
I mean,
real
yes,
quick.
like you said, Wolverine.
Both of you guys, did it ever occur to you, like, why is he so strong?
No.
That's crazy. Why is he so
The
strong?
regeneration that his body has
But he
probably
he's-
could give him
It's almost like he's constantly building muscle.
Yeah,
and I love when he first realized how strong he was. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I can fuck this
yes.
up, bro."
I mean, and that's the whole thing, though. The monster, it made you realize that
For sure, yeah.
Victor created something, discarded it, but all along the creature didn't know where he came from, wanted acceptance. The story with the old blind man is probably one of the better parts in the movie because it showed you why the creature became smart, why he was able to talk. And the blind man told him, go back and find where you're coming from. Now, here's one little knock I'm going to give it. And I'm going to still keep my score. It was when he showed up and he kept on picking up all the notebooks and everything. The shit burned up. Paper is not that strong. I mean, that's really, really, honestly, guys,
and
it's
no
a
one
small...
else, no one else went
No one
over
went
there
to go
and
visit, yeah.
cleaned up and cleaned.
It's
like,
a
not even that,
small,
but who's in charge
small...
of the property? There must be some property manager that's gonna. Oh, we gotta clean this shit up.
Well, it was
Who's there?
Harlander.
Yeah, Hollander.
He owned that
He's
whole
dead.
property, but the funny thing is,
But no-
yeah, all those people that went
His
and helped
death
put the
was
things together.
hilarious.
Yes,
His
but it
brain
was honestly,
splattered.
like as he goes there and recovers. But then I'm sitting there going, "This is brilliant.
All right.
This is
Let's-
brilliant for him seeing how
Yeah.
he was created." But yeah, the papers and all him finding paper, not having gotten scorched in this fire was one. You guys like at JR Knocked the Wolf. Me was just actually the paper. Like that paper is not that strong.
This flaws.
But that's shows you how powerful the movie is. What flaw you can get at.
All right. Regarding her name, I did not do it. It's you guys.
No, we didn't.
No, it's pornographic.
Every time I comment, it does it automatically. Okay, I too don't like it either. See what you did, Joe? It's the chat.
Oh my
room
god,
here,
it's
not
your
me.
name.
I love my
It's not
whole
the chat
name.
room,
not
it's
the little
fault.
chat.
No, Mom. When you created your YouTube account.
Ask everyone here now. They put those symbols out there.
No, Mom. Literally
Just-
all our
Joe,
names.
Joe will get back to you after
Yeah,
this.
Mom. I was just messing with you.
Oreos.
I was
want
just messing with
Oreos,
you.
Joe.
I love Oreos. I love the double.
Okay,
stack
my boys,
Oreos.
gotta go. Watching my show tracker. It's about missing people. All right, and by the
Starring
way,
the
my
old
firstborn
Arrow.
son, I am still sexy. Who's that, Joe? Joe's your
Oh,
firstborn.
Jesus.
I am the firstborn. Yes.
Oh, Joe. Thank you, Frida. Love you too. Thanks for joining. And P Rock, Joe, that's because weed is a hell of a drug. That's why CGI blended in.
Thank you. I mean,
I
it
watched
does-
this
it
movie
does a great-
pretty damn nice. It enhanced it.
Me
and oh my
too.
God, I was in that fucking snowstorm in the beginning,
Oh, yeah.
bro. I was like, I'm gonna love this. And P Rock, he was a dead creature. That's why he had the strength.
Wasn't really dead though. 'cause he
No, I
bled.
mean it was
He,
still.
he
yeah.
was dead. That was brought back to life. All right. Priscilla says the creature makeup. Was
Yeah,
my
she wasn't
issue.
happy with it.
You know what? That's fair because
He
it
wasn't happy because you had the blue and then you had the silver.
But it's not
So,
even that. It was
here's
too
what I think it
perfect.
was-
The
well, the other part-
meticulously. It wasn't. It didn't
Yeah.
feel like it was like an amalgamation of shit.
Right.
It
I
felt like
think-
it was perfectly lined to look a certain way. You know.
Well, I think the
get that.
skin
I
is
get
supposed to, as he keeps like basically whatever his thing is. That some sections actually started turning normal skin color. Like if you
After a
watch
while.
it towards the end, only some parts are the blue.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, what did Frankenstein do to this creature when he created it? He's got dead flesh, but he doesn't smell anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah,
rotted
I mean-
flesh stinks, bro. It's cool.
And what's
Listen,
the thing that this creature had in common? Well, what's the one thing this film had in common with Penny Dreadful as far as the
I don't
creature?
know. I've never seen that. You answer
I'm
that,
gonna
Joe.
throw Joe into.
Oh man, I knew he was gonna throw it to me. I mean, like I said, the only thing I thought about that was that the creature was a more sympathetic character than
What
the
what did the creature say? All right, so back in Penny Dreadful, when the creature first confronted Victor to make him a companion, he said, "I wasn't the first."
oh.
And if you think about it, the first one was that freaking
That
thing he had
thing,
with
that,
the,
oh
with
my
the
god,
hand,
the half body.
the half body, where he would basically disconnect it every time to kill it. But that was one of the things that I kind of found interesting because in the Penny Dreadful one, he was like, I wasn't the first you created. but I was the one. I was the one that actually survived.
Yeah.
Whereas
And-
in this one, he had that thing that he was just. I felt bad for that thing. Like
I
one
did
arm,
too.
and the rest of it just cut off. He just kept on plugging it in. I'm like, dude, come
Well,
on.
actually, third one, because remember he had the one that was the
That was a
cadaver.
scary one.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, so he had
got scared.
dude. Thank you. when he put it in, they got up and he had to pull it out. I mean, again, but that's another part. The
Let's wrap
intricacies
it up,
of
though, so we
explaining. I know,
could-
but the intricacies of explaining all the spots where he puts things in. I mean, this movie, Guillermo.
Well, it was more put in the lymphatic system. That was the big
Yeah.
thing because it's where your lymph nodes, all the lymph nodes throughout your body. That's where he was connecting to things.
And it was awesome. But so yes, so now we're going to go ahead and
No,
There's
it was
no-
an Igor.
no
Well, the
Igor.
brother, you could say.
Oh, William.
yeah,
William.
I guess. Oh yeah, there was no Igor. Though the greatest Igor is in Young Frankenstein, I will say.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Good shout. Good shout.
Let's go ahead and go into Welcome to Derry episode 3. So JR, I'll let you
Now
go
you
first.
see it.
No, let Rick go first. I went first in this one.
You gotta say
Yeah,
the
Rick, you
title.
go
gotta
first.
say the title.
Alright,
Say
well.
the title. Yeah, man. What episode 3? Now you see it. What this episode really solidified to me is Halloran's my favorite character so far in this series. Hands down, he is the best character in this. I love the conversation he had with Hanlon too, man. When Hanlon figured it out, something was up with this guy, and he was like, "I know better than to fuck with you." You know, like I'm paraphrasing, but
But no, he did. No, that's what he said.
such a great line, though.
Especially going into his head. I'm like,
But what are you doing? Eating over there, Joe? What are you doing, bro?
I had
What's
popcorn.
this guy doing over there?
I'm
If
sorry.
he has popcorn. He has the game on behind him.
God damn, this guy, how rude, man. I'm always talking like. Anyway, I know people are complaining about this online, but I love the slow introduction to Pennywise. I love how we're getting little bits and pieces, and you really gotta watch the background too for that. It was a great idea, and it works, and especially at the end when you finally get to reveal somewhat in the photograph. The graveyard scene was, again, I'm gonna use this word again. It was kind of whimsical. It felt more like Goonies or
I thought
Goosebumps.
Frighteners.
I'm not into that because especially it was established in the first episode that people get fucked up. It don't matter who you are. But then in this scene, it turned to the comedy. You know, the guy, you know, somehow the monsters are all missing them. I love the graveyard aesthetics. I think that was great. The atmosphere was great. I love the whole, like, you know, the dude trying to, he lied, obviously, Rich, you know, like, oh, this is what, you know, I didn't realize in the first couple episodes, but this guy, he's a Latino, man. He's a Cuban kid. So when he's talking about,
Okay, wait, no, just because I
Yeah.
sat there and explains, because when they introduced Rich, when he watches the girl, what's he obsessed with? Her boobs.
oh,
And then they introduce him and they go, he's Cuban. I'm like,
yep, there you go.
that explains why his
That
character
explains it.
zoned out when he walked by in the boobs.
And this show did something I fucking hate that they do in movies where the two kids are at the diner, that same scene. They order food, they get their food, they take a couple, you know, they eat a couple fries. All of a sudden, something catches their attention, and they just leave. Eat the fucking food. I hate.
No one
movies
ever does that.
Do
No one
that.
ever does that.
Somebody goes to a bar to order a drink. They won't even sip it. They'll order it, talk to the person, they'll pay. All right, then they just leave. Like, what the? That is such a pet peeve of mine. It's lazy. Don't fucking do it. That's just so
Don't watch reality
unrealistic.
shows then.
But I do enjoy the slow burn of the character. I like that they're still introducing new character. I like the character of Rose, for example. It ties back to Francis, you know, James Remar's character, which I knew that was sent from the jump. Okay, I think this is gonna be Remar's, and I love how the character of it has been all over the show since the beginning, bro. Because everything you see, all these creatures, like that weird skinny skeleton guy, yeah, I could have played that motherfucker. That dude was creepy.
Well, before they showed him, watch the episode again. Before he pops up as he's coming in and you see the screen, you actually see the outline of Pennywise.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool because
And
in that same scene when the kid's walking, you see the clown in the background. You think it's supposed to make you believe it's Pennywise. And then when the kid leaves and the scene's over, it transitions to that same tent or whatever, the tree, whatever that character is sitting by. And it's just like a character in clown makeup that looks exactly like Pennywise. So maybe that's where they got the idea for, or I don't know, maybe not, but
Remember, Pennywise is an entity I mean, the clown
It
is
could be
what's
anything. Yeah,
the
exactly.
clown is
exactly.
what's used mostly what we all
Yeah.
know, including the OG, the new one. Everybody thinks that Pennywise is a clown. Pennywise is an entity.
Yep.
The clown is just the more common form that it ends up taking. So
Yep.
stop critiquing the show that
No.
it's not about a
Where's
clown.
Pennywise? What
Yeah,
the fuck?
stop.
He's
Just stop. Just
everywhere.
stop.
Come
It's
on.
a fucking entity. If you don't know your
Everywhere.
knowledge,
But those are
then
casuals
don't.
that don't know. They don't know
Yeah,
the lore. They don't know the
that's.
lore.
Thank
They
you.
don't know the lore.
That's what I'm trying. I
But
was trying to be.
overall though, I enjoyed episode 2 better, or I enjoyed it more rather. But I did think episode 3 was a strong episode. It still keeps me invested. I want to know more about these characters. I really love the Hanlon family a lot. I love his wife. She's a very good character. Again, Hellerand steals the show for me so far. He's so interesting, and I love everything about. I love when Hanlon, this character too, is such a great character because he figured out that Halloran was there at the time because he felt when he was
Felt the shining.
he felt the shining digging
Felt the
into his
shining.
mind, and when he asked him about his son, he felt it again. He's like, oh wait a minute, what the fuck's going on here? But I love how Halloran, he noticed this guy when people are about to die, they think about the family, they think about this or that. There's no fear in you, motherfucker. So that's what he said. Like, I know better than to fuck with you. That was
But-
man, good stuff. So again, I really did enjoy this episode a lot. It's just the graveyard scene to me. That's my only blemish. It felt too kiddie for me. I didn't like that. But overall, I'm into it. The first episode I was worried because I did not like it, but 2 and 3 it got me invested.
All right, Jr.
Well, I think the thing about the Halloran character is he's so charismatic that we know who he is, but as we're watching the show, we have to believe that we don't know who he is. As far as we that's the problem. We
I know
know
what
who
you
he
mean, yeah.
is, but when
Mhm.
watching the show, we have to pretend we don't know
Figure
who
out
he
who
is
he-
and see where
yes.
they're going to go with him. Because I'm sure we were all wondering, all right, how is he going to find the entity of Pennywise? How are they using him? And what I was more interested in is we're like, all right, was he avoiding to go to certain areas because he didn't want to confront the entity? Because he even said it to Shaw. He was like, he wasn't expecting us.
Nope.
He wasn't expecting to see us.
And we're gonna unleash something.
So, but Rose is the one that you got it in the back of my eye. All right, she wants to unleash Pennywise because she wants to see what it is. She wants to basically.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
I think that's
so?
because
You think?
they could
That's
stop it.
fascinating to me.
Yeah, because I think it's the fact. Oh, Lord up. I think the fact is, it's still certain Indian burial grounds, sacred sites that they're
It was
shooting at.
The Native Americans were the ones that put the spirit into the ground.
Yeah, but because it's.
But that's why
but
that's where you're
for them,
tying it.
But for them, they're using it as sacred burial grounds because they don't want the people to find out.
Yeah,
what's
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I swear. Yes. I agree.
So it's
Hold on,
just
I'm sorry,
really-
GR. See, I didn't read the book like you guys.
I didn't read the
Elaborate a
book.
little bit.
No.
more on that.
What he's trying to say. So they're paraphrasing it as its ancient burial grounds
Yes.
to
get that,
protect
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
However, they know what's actually in there, so they don't want whatever's in there to be released. If they put it like,
So
okay,
they
we can't
trapped the creature.
Yes,
The,
yes.
Whatever that is.
The Native Americans were the first ones to trap the entity.
That's why he couldn't leave the forest in the flashback
right
scene.
because they know where
Yes.
he's at, and the
So
fact
how
that
did he get underground then?
this
Like,
you'll eventually
Okay, so
they'll
they'll
get
reveal
there.
that as you go.
Well,
Say no more.
and when you with the It movie, they talk about the fact that about the Native Americans because they were the first ones to basically capture him and put him underground. They put him
you're right.
underground,
Yeah, yeah.
and now these people are trying to go into the ground where they put him. And no, you don't dig in there. We literally put this entity in here, but we can't tell you that there's an entity in there. So we're gonna just tell you it's native burial grounds that you can't dig it into. I mean, it's right there. Am I right?
But the thing is, when it's designated sacred burial grounds, the government cannot
Right.
go into that land because
That's
it's
how they're trying to-
designated as sacred burial grounds, and the fact that it is isolated in this area, and the fact that Halloran was always in the outskirts of the area. You know, it's almost like, was he really scared to go in? Because when they told him we're going to fly you over, you see his reaction. He didn't want to get flown over because he knew eventually he's going to find it. The fact that I like the fact that they tied the little slingshot,
Mm.
you know,
Slingshot's
here.
awesome.
So they tied that to it, and the fact
Weakness.
that it's and I do feel like Rose is almost playing this game. It's like, all right, you know, they want to see what's there, let them unleash it. You know, because she knows what's there. Remember, she made that comment when he came into the store, and he was like, "I didn't remember you. I didn't remember you." Oh, you know, Derry's that way. People tend to forget until they come back. So she knows what's in Derry. She knows how people, when they leave, they forget everything about Derry because they block it out of their minds. It's something where you're there. They all know Pennywise is there, you know, and I think even a lot of the town folks know because I think that's why they react like, eh. You know, they shrug off everything every time a kid goes missing because it's expected in the town of Derry. So I did like this episode a lot. I did not. I agree that graveyard scene was not my favorite. It was too cheesy. I didn't like the CGI that was used. I don't think it should have.
right.
I hated the I hated the camera part. Like, listen, there's no way you're gonna find a camera that just fell into the fuck. Listen, and Rich is Cuban, Caribbean like us. I don't care how great the lighting is. You're not gonna find a camera on the floor and go, there it is.
And then all the kids grabbed it. I got it. You know,
Yeah.
it. You know.
Well, no, I mean, but it was meant for the storyline.
I know.
It was meant. I mean,
listen, it was just, your bike is damaged. You're leaving your bike behind when the front wheel is freaking destroyed like that. You know,
he was carrying that shit.
Yeah.
Put the fuck
Which, you know, and it's funny because like the kid is his name is Rich. And then in the other one, Richie was a comical character. So I'm like, all right, so they have the comical character.
I mean, they get the same fucking hair and everything.
And let's be honest,
the difference is, though, this character is not a dick like the other guy.
He's funny.
People are gonna say, "Oh, it's the same
we had a little Spanish guy in here." I mean, he's like,
even before I knew he was Spanish, I'm not biased.
I didn't know until this episode.
I already, me neither. But I was saying I could see the comparisons, but. This guy is not a dick like the other, like Richie was. This guy here, he's a wise ass. That's what he is. But he's not a dick.
He's us when we were that age, little person.
No, I agree.
You know, because
hold on, we got some.
I was like, before I get my thoughts on it, we'll sign up.
There we go. All right, hell yeah, Derry, dale. All right, P-Rock, you seen it? I'm sure you did. You're a fan. Okay, sorry, man, but hey, man, it wasn't the worst. You didn't win. That's all right. You get him next time, brother. Dude, I'm happy we finally have a Hispanic in a show movie. I love that Cuban kid.
I love him too. Once I found out that he was Cuban, I'm like, dude, finally. But I thought he was Italian. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was the slip back here or something. I don't know. Goosebumps, yes. It did remind me of Goosebumps. It did. And Goosebumps is good, but I don't want it. I want it to be mature. I don't want it to be all kiddie. It was a good scene when Pennywise asked him, "Who are you?" to the dude from The Shining. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the Dick Halloran. Oh, I like that scene too because when
he knew the trouble.
When Halloran went back and he was talking to I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but Francis Shaw. When he was talking to him, and he said, "Listen, man, like." I don't think we were supposed to see this thing. You know what I'm saying? So now he's like, we're digging too close here. Dude, I knew he was Hispanic. When they showed him at the locker, he was eating an empanada.
Oh, I missed that.
He's right.
I missed that. Yeah. I missed that. Right. I only noticed. I only thought about it when the girl walked by and he was looking at her boobs.
No,
and
I said
like,
to myself, I was
guy.
like, damn, that empanada looks good. I was like, that's random though. Eating that shit at school.
That shit wasn't even greasy. That was perfectly done.
Together. I had that shit today actually.
You should have my empanadas.
P-Rock. The transition when they showed the Indian girl young and then showed her older was cool. Yes, I agree. I love transitions. If you know me, you know I love good transitions. And she looked just like her as a
yes. Thank you, P-Rock. Yeah,
then seeing
Andy's
that
doing great.
Yep. Then seeing that the general was the kid from the beginning of the episode was cool. I like that a lot as well. Yeah, I like when you seen the giving character development. Damn, I didn't pick up on that from the burial grounds. Yeah, man, that's why these guys know more. When it comes to it, these guys know much more than me. I'm not too familiar with the source material other than the movies. Um, I knew he was. Oh, okay, I already read
Yeah.
that.
All right,
Well,
two
listen,
last things, huh? Two last things, real quick.
Go for it, Joe. Oh, Joe, go.
To go back to the critique and listen, this is a series. You don't want Pennywise rushed into the
no.
his appearance, and I like the fact that we saw the glowing eyes, but what I like the fact is they actually showed the people floating, and I thought that
Yep,
scene was amazing
they all float.
because that's
We all
one
float.
thing you wanted to see is the floating, but I feel like this episode for you, Rick, answered a lot of the questions, a lot of critiquing you had in the prior episode, as far as you wanted more background to the Howland character. You kind of wanted to know because once again, we know who he is. You want to know what is his play in this series, and we all know he has a very important part. But what I'm looking forward to the next episode is Rich actually going to ask Marge out on a date because he loves Marge.
Who's Marge? Which one's Marge?
Marge is the girl with the
fucking
glasses.
Bitch, one, right?
bitch,
That-
the bitch,
Yeah, I
the
don't like
bitch,
that
the bitch
kid.
who turned on her friend.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
and I still love the Lily character. I that poor girl.
I
mean,
like.
she's-
I loved when jeez, what's her name?
The girl,
oh,
Charlotte.
God, it's with an
No.
R. No, her name's with an R.
Oh no,
Complete also.
Rose, right?
What?
Is it
No, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
I love when she was in the bathroom wiping her hands from the fucking marker. Then Lily walks in. She's like, "Get out of here! I should beat your ass."
I should,
over
yeah,
this."
oh fuck
Hell
yeah, that would
yeah.
have that'd be the
I
same
was like,
way.
I was like,
react.
yo, this girl has some fucking man. She got some lady balls.
She
for
got
walking
Bridgeport.
up-
She got
walking up
Bridgeport.
after what she
Think about it,
did,
yo.
yo.
Lily's worried about she next time she gets in, they're gonna do that freaking where they're gonna basically.
And listen, when back in those days when you went through mental stuff, eventually it would lead up to electroshock.
Yeah.
So her being afraid that that's going to be the next step on her.
I
I
get
don't
it.
think it was
It's not-
electroshock. I think it's where they go into your temple and.
That's
Lobotomy.
called.
Lobotomy's after
Isn't it
electroshock.
Sometimes.
fucking spinal tap or whatever?
No, lobotomy. Lobotomy is when they sever.
But how cool was it when Bowers was talking to Ronnie's dad when he was in prison with the cigarette box, the way he got him to like talk about. I like that.
But
I
that
like
was-
that.
but
And that's
you
the
know,
fucking
but-
setup. That's the worst. I know, but that's also was the worst setup on
But he
getting
found
the
the
guy.
evidence without.
I
showing him
know,
first,
but
he wanted to confirm it.
no.
first.
But that's
I-
Bowers. That's the basically the
Yeah, he's an ass.
the
Look at his
descendant
son.
of the freaking Bowers
Yeah.
in the
Well,
the
we
It
know what
One.
Yeah.
happens to him. He gets
Yeah.
fucking his throat slit.
I mean, for me, the episode, I actually, I loved the whole Shining part. I loved that when Halloran was getting his vision, that he was physically reenacting while he was in this plane, and wait, not Halloran, yeah,
yeah,
well,
yeah, Halloran, yeah.
wait, and what's
Hanlon.
Hanlon.
I know Halloran Hanlon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
And then you got him saving him. I'm and again, I only mention it because I said it in the beginning before we started this. I'm kind of a little bit tired of reading people talking about you're not seeing the clown. Pennywise is not a clown. It's just the iteration that we all know him from the book, from the movies. It's an entity. And when the creature was chasing Francis and what was the name of the woman, the Indian woman?
Rose.
Rose. When he was chasing them, when he like the legs got all contorted and he looked like a spider.
Like spider.
Because when you
yeah.
see the OG it, Rick, you finally saw the OG it. The knock that people had on the OG it was when it was his physical form was revealed, was a spider, and people were like, "Oh, that's so stupid." The series is still keeping to that. I like the fact, and I said it before, I like that they're tying The Shining into it. All of Stephen King's books all tie in. There's connections everywhere, left and right. You have to read his books to know that he has created a universe. The man created a universe before MCU. I'll say that as far as cinematography. before MCU created a universe that you have like these
Cinema.
universes.
Cinema.
Yes, the
I-
cinema universe. I know because everybody's, but as far as
It's
cinema,
interesting to know that like somewhere like, you got Boulder, Colorado, Denver, and then Derry existed. That's where
Dude.
Halloran was. It's cool to
Well,
know
and
that
when they-
all that's connected.
and when they threatened Ronnie's father,
What sucks
they
is to know his
said,
fate.
"You're gonna go to Shawshank."
Yeah.
We got a Shawshank Redemption. That is not horror, but that's a Stephen King. Like
Yeah.
I love all these little stories in there.
Yeah.
It's just leading up, and I've been agree with you guys on with the kids running and trying to escape. I thought of the Frighteners. I think Jared, didn't you do that for a
Mhm.
what's your story?
What's your story?
Which was done better in that one. But like I thought of that, but then I thought about Goosebumps. You know, you're with horror, especially people that are not putting out horror. They're our age, if not maybe 5 or 6 years younger than
Yeah.
us. But you know what I mean? They're our age, so they're putting out stuff that we've read. We all can connect to. So when you guys picking up Goosebumps, everybody picking up all these little nuances. I mean, the episode, it was another great episode. The only thing I will say, probably I might not kind of be a little fan of, is the whole Losers Club, because you had the first Losers Club.
That's what I have.
Three
that was
people
my
died.
Issue with the first episode. Like, they're trying to
Well, they're saying
recreate
so.
that.
Three of them died, and now we have another Losers Club.
Listen,
so the
I'm more
Losers Club
interested
was
in the
created,
adults in this series than the kids. I'll be honest.
but the Losers Club was created in the book as these group of kids that were being bullied and were having these nightmares. So now, are we going to always have a Losers Club in
Yeah.
each generation?
We
Like
shouldn't, we shouldn't.
that might be my
Nah.
only honestly knock right now that I have on that. To be honest with you,
because they know, all right, people are comfortable with that. People know that. Let's keep it
let's
there.
not sit on
Nah,
that.
Be
Let's not-
creative.
Thank you.
This is why I love Halloran and I love Hanlon. Like I said, Hanlon and his wife. I love their stories so much. That's the
Well-
characters. I love Bowers. I love Shaw. I love all those other adult characters. Ronnie. I forgot Ronnie's dad's name. I'm sorry, but it's only the kids. I don't dislike them, but I'm just not as interested in that side of the
Well, and it gives also, because now that we're going to try to tie in The Shining in a series, it gives Mike Hanlon's character a reason why he felt in the both OG or that Pennywise was coming back.
Oh, because
Maybe the Hanlons have something of The Shining. Maybe the reason that Hanlon picked up that Halloran was in his head is because he might have a spark of The Shining. So maybe that their family has a spark. They don't have the
We'll
power.
find out. I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, but like that's honestly my only little critique to be so far on there is that I don't want to see a series where we're always going to have a losers club. Like
No.
it shouldn't always be a losers club, But yes, everybody, thank you for joining us. Next week we're going to be doing Predator Badlands, so make sure to get out to the theaters on that. I've been
Well, we got a couple comments before we go.
hearing a lot of good thoughts on that. We'll get to the comments before we say goodbye.
All right. P Rock, Lily's look fits in perfect for that era. She looks like she belongs in that time.
Yeah, she
I
does.
think, yeah, the costume department did a really good job, and not just that, but even like Rich, his hairstyle definitely fit.
Oh,
Well,
dude! Once he
this is
said
the
he was
50s, right?
Cuban,
It's the 50s,
once he
the
said he was
53s.
Cuban, I'm like, dude, this guy's a little miniature. What's Lucy's husband?
Ricardo.
Yeah, he was a little mini Ricardo.
I'm really enjoying this show so far. Yeah, me too. The 2 and 3 won me over, so yeah, I'm invested. The Kingverse.
Kingverse. That man created the king. He created the universe before everybody started doing all this stuff.
I really liked Predator.
Oh,
Balance.
so
Wow,
P-Rock,
before
finally, when we
Before
talk
me.
about it next week, you saw the movie. It's about fucking time, big.
There's one thing
All
I
right.
will say about that before we go, bro. And no spoilers, but I just found this out. That movie's PG-13, bro. What the fuck?
It's all good.
What the fuck?
Remember,
I don't like-
PG-13 is different.
No.
Remember,
They're
PG-13 is different.
commercializing it. They're commercializing
PG-13
Predator.
is different in 2025 than it
I
was
know,
in
but it's-
1993.
Bro, no, you don't take a R. That's not just an R movie. It's an R-rated franchise.
It's the
And now
first one.
You're
It's the first one.
commercializing it.
I
You're
know, it's the first one.
commercializing it. Even though I
Right.
hear it's amazing, but I don't know. I'll tell you next week what I think about that. And
So, yeah,
right
so-
now, great convo on this stream, and welcome to Derry. Thanks, P Rock. We
Thank you,
appreciate
P-Rock.
your contributions, brother. I'll see
right,
you this
so-
weekend.
Thank you for joining us. As I said, next week, Predator Badlands. Make sure when we put out our little socials, we do provide the link. Hit that notification. That way, when we go live, you can join us. And with that, Ricky, bring us home.
With that being said, stay good, stay healthy, drink beer. Most of all, watch horror movies. Stay scared.